When I was a kid, something very interesting happened to me. My folks, who are both from Colombia, South America, decided that we were going to try our, I don't want to say luck, we were going to try to see how things happened in Colombia for us. And so we sold everything we had in the States and we moved to South America. And we lived there 1 year. When we did that, because we were moving from one country to another, they had to test me to get into school, and paperwork and all, my mother must have given the wrong information, and I was supposed to be starting second grade. And the way they do that when you go to another country, or this one in particular, is they would test you for the grade you had just finished. So I had just finished first grade, and I was supposed to be going to second grade, but because they got confused, they assumed or they understood I was finishing second going to third, so they tested me for second grade. I passed, and so they placed me in third grade. So when my folks and my brother and I, it was just the four of us at that time, moved to South America, instead of starting second grade, which was the grade I should have started, I started third grade. Because I did that, I graduated at 17 versus 18. At 17 years old, don't you just love my story? At 17 years old, I'm a senior, and I'm getting ready to graduate, and I am taking a speech and debate class. And my teacher, my speech and debate teacher, says to me, "Hey, Lydia, I have a very good friend who is a family attorney, and he's looking for a legal secretary. Why don't you go and apply?" And I thought, are you kidding me? Not only do I not know anything about law, except a class I took on business law, not even family law, while I was in school, but I don't have the experience. And I know that this lawyer is obviously interviewing legal secretaries, which in fact he was. And she said, just go anyway. So I went, and I landed the job. I always asked him as the years went by, why did you decide to pick me versus somebody else, that already had the experience? And he said, I loved the idea to be able to teach you what I wanted in a legal secretary. And so the reason for this story is, at 17, I am now leaving school a little bit early. I was only taking math and English and then taking off to this class, to this new employment I had. And I was being trained to be a legal secretary. When I moved from from that area of Florida to the west, from one coast to the other coast, now my challenge was going to be to try to get employment in a field that I never went to school for, that I never studied. All I had was experience. I had 4 years of experience in the law field as a legal secretary for a family law attorney. I worked in the law field for many, many years. I actually moved to the other coast, interviewed with an attorney who right away hired me. So I had no problem, because what was important for these employers? The experience you had. That weighed way more than a degree that you were walking in with. Yes, we all love degrees. They all love degrees. But the important thing was, what experience did you have? So as I was getting on today to share this with you, I was thinking, when it comes to everything in our lives, we're always looking for second opinions. We just are. And we value that second opinion from people who have experience. For example, the day you go to buy a car, you didn't just say, well, yep, the first car I see, that's the one I want. You don't. You investigated, you looked it up, you asked your friends, you asked people who had that same car, hey, how did you do with it? You did the same thing when you bought a home. You did not just buy the first home that showed up and that you went to see. You looked at all your options before making a decision. When you went to get married, you did the same thing. You, in fact, involved your friends who were already probably married and said, hey, I'd like you to meet this guy, or if you're a girl, I'd like you to meet this or if you're a guy, I'd like you to meet this girl. So you would bring your friends in and you would say, what do you think? Do you think he's marriage material? Do you think she's marriage material? And you got second opinions. We don't jump into important things in our lives without a second opinion, and maybe a third and a fourth and a fifth. And we look for those opinions from people who have experience. We do not ask somebody younger than us, or we do not ask somebody, and if we do, we're not going to get just as good of an advice. And that's the problem with kids today, right? You're asking your peers for advice, and well, we're all just as inexperienced. How is that going to help any? So the smart and wise person will always look for a second opinion and will get it from people who have more experience than you. That's the point of getting second opinions. Because all this is true, I was thinking how ideal it would be to have a segment in this forum where we talked about second opinions. Let's get a second opinion. Ask for a second opinion. And so if you're in this forum because you're interested in your health and because you are looking for ways to get a hold of your health, you're looking for ways to retake that responsibility that you started to give to other people, that you started to give to doctors, that you started to give to naturopaths, that you started to give to somebody else. Just tell me what to do, I'll do it. If you're in a place where you don't want to do that anymore, where you want to be responsible for your own health, and that's why you're in this forum, and you're looking for ways to self-care, to take care of your health, to improve the health you have, how about you use this forum and share it with others so that we can get, or you can get, a second opinion? You're going to be getting it from someone who has 30 years in the health field. That's what I have. I've had the beautiful privilege of working and helping individuals along my life that have been amazing to me. They have enriched me in ways I can't even begin to explain. That's why when I think of this, I don't think of it as a job because I love it so much. I have to remind myself it's a job because it's just as stressful, good stress, but it still affects us. But I love what the years in this field have taught me about the way the body works, how it responds, and the success rates, which are amazing for people who look to better and improve their health with an option. Not necessarily medicine, but a natural alternative. So how about we start a segment where you ask or you get a second opinion? And so basically what you'll do is you'll come into the forum, or you'll have your friends do it. You know, tell them that there is a forum where you can go and get a second opinion and ask a health question. We're already doing this in the Spanish forum, which is the Spanish equivalent of this forum you're in now. And we've been having a lot of neat responses to that. People will come in, ask their question, and we'll address it, or I'll address it in a live video. If you think this works for you, please start sharing it with others. And let's consider that. Let's give people the opportunity to get a second opinion and get it from someone who has had experience in the field. Will I know all the answers? No. But will I get them for you if I don't have them? Yes, I'll pull other people in to help me if I don't have an answer to your question. But let's give each other and others the opportunity to get second opinions, because we have a lot of people rushing in to do the first thing that they're told to do. And when it comes to our health, it's just as valuable as getting a mate, as buying a car, as buying a home. If you invest time in those three things, because they are huge in your life, they're huge investments, your health should be just as big of an investment. So make time to get second opinions, or third or fourth, and get them from people who have had the years seen the way things work. So I'm real excited about this new segment, and let's take a look at probably doing 1 or 2 a week and answering your questions that way.